Generic greetings and welcome back once again to the Last Starship. Today's beverage is a quite interesting tropical infused protein hydration water. I'm fairly sure the makers of this just put buzzwords on the end of that. It's basically a sports drink with added vitamins. But either way, welcome to the Last Starship, where in the previous couple of episodes we were doing some Stargate projects as is standard. We're now on to phase 7, working towards it. Phase 8, the Xelion energy cell and the new Bidium capacitors are next on the list in terms of production, so we'll get on with that in due course. However, we're also exploring, if we go over to sector map and the sector view, we have HG30 and HG31 now unlocked. These are new areas with some new materials, so new Bidium as well as some Metreon, I think. We also have now HG45 and 46, which contains a fortress. Fortress. Anyway, we have to head over there and scout those out, and that's probably what the tutorial is telling us about now. It says sector surveying. However, there's a lot of things we need to do before we get onto that, so apologies sort of ish, not really in advance, because I want to sort of take a step back and make sure everything is up and running, not as best as it can be because we don't have time for that, but certainly I want to make a fair few changes and additions. So the first one is going over to this new ship here, and well, I'm going to buy it, and the reason for that is I want to make essentially a battery ship, a power pack, something that can power the Stargate while the AJE Foundry can actually get about and do its business, because, well, at the moment it's having to sit here powering this thing as well as doing all production. It means it can't go off and do mining, and it's a bit of a nightmare. So a couple of things. Let me go to dismantle, and I'm going to remove all of the energy transfer systems. I'm going to go over to trading, and I'm going to pick up for myself some, as is standard, solar panels, and in logistics I'm going to go with all of the storage crates, which there isn't, but that'll do for now. Back over to the new ship, which we will over to the gas collector before I forget. Editor, armor, we want to armor up the gas collector again. I'm going to double check the Procedurally cruiser, which I think is okay, and it is. And then back over to the new ship, which is going to be this is now the power pack, and the power pack, power-pack, there we go, the power pack, and this thing is going to be, as I said, solely for just building, solely for just producing energy for the Stargate program, which is a little bit more of a task than you may think, but let's just go ahead and build this out a little bit. So what I want to do is go for maybe something like this. So I'm going to build it out to there, and then it goes over to say there, and then I don't know, maybe here, and this is just going to be, as I said, just a system for powering the Stargate. That's all this is going to be. In fact, I don't even intend this having any sort of way to jump or move. That's not the intention, but we might have to fix the latter. I mean, I might have to put some maneuvering thrusters on it, but we shall see. Okay, so for this thing then, I want to go for trading, and let's go for, this is going to cost quite a bit here. All the reactors, 3 of them, a fusion reactor, all the batteries, 1, 2, 3 small tanks, a fuel loader, at least a couple of fuel loaders maybe, because I need deuterium, but I'm just going to go with standard loaders, an oxygen loader, an air duct, a CO2 scrubber. I will pick up the thrusters because it's always good to be able to shift it around when necessary. Let's go back over to energy, and I want in, let's say 10 fuel, all the deuterium. I want to go for habitation, and I want to go for, did I have an air duct? I do have an air duct, but I don't have a CO2 scrubber. Oh, sorry, I do, but I don't have an air reprocessor, so we will pick that up. And I don't have any food. I also don't have any, let's say, crew and spacesuits, and that's 1.68 million. So let's just go to installation. So let's see if I can get this right in one go. That's not going to happen. So we're going to go with a small tank at the back there, like so. On the front of that, we want to have in a, where would it be? It would be an air duct. So the air duct can go in, that's to output. Actually, no, let's go from the CO2 scrubber first. So CO2 scrubber like so. So it scrubs the CO2, puts CO2 into the tank. It then sends it over to the air reprocessor, which then sends that over to so then takes CO2 into oxygen. Oxygen then goes into another small tank like so, which then goes into the air duct, which will be like so. And I also want to go with a loader, which I can put in actually, you know what, wait, oxygen loader, which I can put in here. And now if I actually pipe all that up, it should work fine. So CO2 into the small tank, from the tank to the reprocessor, which turns it into oxygen. Oxygen goes into the small tank, as does the oxygen from the loader. Then that goes into the atmosphere, and now we are producing. Installation, let me go with a fusion reactor, which is going to go in the corner there. Then we're going to go with reactor. And why am I putting reactors in when I've also got in the... what's it called? The fusion reactor. And that's because the fusion reactor requires 500 megawatts to turn on. Yes, it is a bit of a nightmare on that one. Let me go ahead and put in some thrusters. We also want to go into a fuel loader, which is going to go into, let's say, ooh, good question, actually. I'm going to put it in here, and then the small tank can go next to it. So piping will go fuel, and then fuel. Deuterium is going to go in here, and what I'll do is I'm going to run deuterium up, and I want to put in 2 deuterium loaders. Actually, maybe more than 2. I normally have at least a couple. I'll see. I haven't yet decided. Sorry, I don't need the deuterium there, but I do need cables. So I want to go for cables. Cables are going to go right across here for reasons that will become clear in but a moment. And there we go. Okay. That should be fine. Let's go for some auto buy. So trading, and what do I want? I want fuel. So for fuel, I want to go buy below, oh, not all, buy below 10, confirm that. Fuel, oxygen, so we want oxygen, I want 2 of those, 2 sets of 5, otherwise known as 10. We want food, and I'm going to say, again, 10 on that one. What am I? Fuel, oxygen, food... Water. Deuterium. 10. So that's all of them in there. Now, I don't have FTL in that list, but I don't need it. So that should be fine. So, how am I going to do this? Research completed. Logistics level 3. Let me go ahead and go to research. And, robot arm speed. It doesn't really matter. So, Foundry, yes, you, installation, we're going to go for solar panels, like so. We want to go with logistics, no energy crates, no crates I'm going to imagine, no crates. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a bit of a jump around. And I'm going to be jumping the AGE Foundry about a bit, about the place. Crew in space 4 for some reason. Installation of that. And the reason we're jumping this about is because I want another fusion reactor. I want another 3 other reactors. All the batteries I can pick up. Actually, I probably don't need 3 reactors. This is just, I want enough to spool up. Each one of those has I think generates 100 megawatts. So I want at least 5. Not including the batteries, to actually power up the deuterium. Yeah, we'll pick up a couple of loaders while we're here. Industry, we're going to go with, when in doubt, always go by the minerals, all of the storage crates, energy, solar panel, naturally. So let's just get all that on the go, and then we'll say install. And we'll go solar panels... like that. So we're going to be doing, like, we're pulling double duty on this one, because I want to install things and get things moved over. Let's go with where is it? A storage crate. So it's going to be in one there, and we've got loads of copper, so I need to put 2 more in for copper actually. So I'll put storage crates in like that. This can then send it over to this shipyard because we need to We need to buy more stuff, so waiting for the crew to be inside, which they are now done. We'll send it over. So that is going to be copper. Copper ingots. Copper ingots. Once again, trading. Batteries. I want in the solar panels. I want in the... Where is it? Logistics. I want in the crates, so we'll do that. Installation. Solar panels. Yeah, definitely getting this thing solared right up. And then storage crates, which I'm going to put in one, 2, and that'll be fine. Set that going, and you can see all the crew are moving stuff over as best they can. There we go. This thing, I will tell them to go to the other colony now. So while they're doing that, we want to say new bidium ingots, new bidium ingots. And once again, we're going to get this jumping because all we're doing is picking up crates and solar panels because this thing I do eventually want to try. I don't think I need any more batteries. I'll pick them up because I'm here and I've got, you know, well, we actually started with nearly 10 million. We've now got just under 6. Let's see. Industry. Well, actually, it's logistics, isn't it? And then all of the crates. And then once again, installation. And I think all the solar panels on this bottom wing are now completed. So I can start on the other side. And I'll put them like that so I can just quickly run them. And then cabling. And then it's cables. And then cables. And yes, I'll remember to do that. Alright, that's good. And installation, storage crates. 1. Ooh, that'll block the door probably. Go like that. And then we're going to tell it to jump back. So a bit of a round about jumping. I'm just waiting for the crew to finish installing. Done. And then that is, again, new bidium. New bidium ingots. And also, while I'm here, purchase, believe it or not, mining. 2 more mining lasers would be useful. And also, this is where it gets a bit problematic. 2 cannons. Because I want to install, let's see, mining lasers on the front, like this. There's the mining lasers. And the cannons. And the cannons are not for protection. Obviously, it can be, but that's not what they're for. They are for shooting asteroids and getting ourselves some more stuff. Install. I don't think there's anything else I should do for now. So this is the problem. This thing now is going to have to dock up to the power pack. Get it moving. Power pack. How are you doing? Everyone dead yet? No, we're actually okay. So this thing is... It hasn't got any deuterium. Which we do need a loader. So I'm going to put in a loader 1, 2. I'm probably going to put in 4 loaders. And that'll put deuterium. Now, I have tried it before where you connect these to a tank. Like this. See, there we've got like this here. This fuel tank. And then... Yeah, basically a fuel tank, and then you put deuterium in that. I've had very, very limited success with it. I don't know if it's a bug or whether it's just the way I've done it. Whatever the reason, it tends to favour putting the deuterium in the tank and then leaving it, not actually using it for fuel in the fusion reactor. Again, I don't know whether that's just me or a bug or whatever. Column A, column B, could be any of that. But cables, we'll do that and we'll do that. We need batteries in this, but that's why this. I like the monolithic thing coming in the background there. The Foundry, which is massive. Right, okay, let's go maneuvering. And oh, my keyboard is actually working now. I had a bit of a bug previously as well, where the thrusters were not thrusting properly. And yes, this does have thrusters on. I'll also set that back. The keys of like the U and O keys were not working. We're not. I wasn't able to rotate it around, and that was an absolute nightmare. Let's just bring this over. And this is the advantage of having two docks, because we can have it, if we wanted to, we can have it connected up like so. So stuff's going in here and then moving over. Let's just bring this in. Auto docking is enabled. Docking assist is enabled. But don't know how good it is. Right, so logistics from the Foundry. We want to send over 3 reactors to the power pack. Fusion reactor. 14 batteries? I don't think I need that many. Let's just go with the 10. No, let's go with 12. Because you need 1,000 to turn on the... sorry, you need 500 for the reactor. So having 12 is enough to power the Stargate from battery power alone, but also gives us a bit of spare room. A couple of loaders, and the rest of it should be fine. So over to the power pack. Research completed is robot arms. Let's go with... I'll begin research on fighters, because why not? Installation. So we want to put in... the main things as well to move over is logistics. It is the energy transfer module from the Foundry. There you go. Install energy transmitter. So this is the middle of the ship, I think. Hang on, let me double measure. Yeah, that's measurement correct. So that goes in here, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we can have another fusion reactor in, after actually another couple of loaders. Fusion reactor, like so. And then batteries. The batteries will go like that. Like that. There we go. Cables. Batteries. Cables. Piping. And then I believe that should now spool up. No, hang on. Install. 1, 2, 3. Pipes. So obviously the fuel is required to power up the main reactors. So the reactors that then power up the fusion reactor. Now if it splits it between this reactor and that reactor, I'm calling nonsense. So what it should do now is it should activate the fusion reactor, which should then power up the batteries, which we can see it is doing, which means also I can start the test. Because that's then going to also... It's filling the batteries, but it's also firing up the other fusion reactor. And this, if I've got it all correct in the right order, is also now burning deuterium and fuel, which means that this is now fully operational. And it failed the test. Right, cool. It was probably too busy spooling up the reactor. Oh, no, interesting. Have I just not connected it up? Yeah, I've slightly got the connection wrong. That's exactly what's happened. There we go. So, power's going into it. Power's now into the energy transmitters. Start the test. And the Stargate in the background is now active. We now have a power pack. That is what I've been wanting to do ever since pretty much this thing was constantly docked there. Because now we don't need to do that. So this is obviously vulnerable to attack. But it means we can now finally get about with our miner and get on with mining. Storage crate. Are these all full? Why are these... They're not full, but they're not getting filled. Like, these are set to Nubidium, storing ingots. Yes, and there's loads of Nubidium ingots there, so why have the crew not moved it over? Interesting. Okay, so this thing then is going to be my precious minerals. And I'm going to send this to actually start mining now, because it can do that. Sorry, no, wait, abort. Because... Sector surveying. Let me do some research first. Sector surveying. We are going to learn how to survey the area around your ship. The first step is to scan the local area of the sector surrounding your ship using a sector scan. In Boldly Go, the only new sector can be surveyed. Hyperspace sensors are required to do this. Install hyperspace sensors or hyperspace sensors LRs, I don't know what those are, onto your ships. The tutorial will resume afterwards if you are playing the Boldly Go game mode, which I think this is. Ship must also be in the new sector. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to a couple of ships. Firstly, the Procedurally cruiser. I'm going to say install, and it's going to be the sensors LR. Now, I don't know why these have the sensors, but they do. And I'm going to place them on here and here. Also, the supercomputer, I'm going to transfer over to the Foundry. So I'm going to bring that over here. I'm going to go with logistics and the supercomputer. Bring to the Foundry. I'll sort that out in a moment. For the Temptress, I'm going to say install, and we have hyperspace sensors. We bought these a long time ago, and I just put them in. Oh no, I can put them there, so I'm going to put them there then. Hang on, let's rotate these around again. Oh, nightmare. No, I can't, because of where those are. Shame. We'll go like this though, won't they? Yeah. So what was I saying? Yes. So we've had these in stock for quite a while. I've just not used them because I've had no reason to use them until now, really. So let's go nightmare. As long as it's connected up, I don't really care. That's all good. They're in. Yes. So Procedurally cruiser. Let me just spin it round and dock it up, and then we need to be in the new sector. But what we've done is we've made it so that we can power the stat. Why is this oh, you know what? This is buying. This is auto buying stuff, isn't it? But if I come out, there'll be a thing on its way. There it is. There, look. That's what's happened there. Yeah. So we've got the power pack to power the Stargate, which means that's freed up the Foundry to go and do its own thing, which means the Stargate ain't going to shut off when we turn the Foundry on, because that was a bit of a problem. It also means we can go on mine, and we've got the cannons on the front of it, which means it can blast its own rocks and do a tiny bit of defense, but it's not made for that, but it can do if necessary. And yeah, that's why we've got that, and now we can do some scanning. So I think that's put everything in place, ready for more production and more exploration. Hopefully it has been worth it. We want to go to defense and to 2 Gatling guns and install the Gatling guns on the front here and on here. Storage is going to be some bullets and bullets. There we are. I do need to get boxes and other things in here. Actually, you know what I can do? I can go for defense, weapons control center, weapon officer, and a spacesuit. And that means installation of a weapons control center, which I'm going to place there. I probably could do with more than one, but we'll see how we get on. I should now go to the Foundry, which means installation of a supercomputer, so that can go in here. So we've got another supercomputer. See all the scientists working well there. And then the Procedurally cruiser, we want to undock, and then all the stuff that we've bought will now turn up and then be installed. Which no, undock. Go away. There we go. You can see it's trying to dock up. We'll send them over there. Right, that's fine. So install. Why is there a smelter here? Sell smelter. I've obviously just bought it by accident or something. Cables. Those are all in. Those are now connected. We want in this thing. So we want in the starboard cannons, like so. And we can see that's all connected there. So this thing can now operate these. Eventually I do want to automate like the whole thing with robot arms and stuff like that, but we'll see how it is. Right, so the AJE Foundry can... Why are they not moving this stuff into here? Crew loading. Store 7 and... Yeah, they're just not moving the Nibidium ingot. I don't know why. Like I say, this thing will eventually... We need to start going for production. Shall I do it now? Let's have a quick look. Xelion energy cells requires energy. It requires energy cell frames and shielded Xelion, which is a canister. Which is shielded canister, and that's produced there. Right. So I need to produce the canisters and the frames, and I need to produce. How many cells do we need? Wrong button. 140 cells. So that means 140 frames and 280 shielded Xelion, which requires 2 canisters each. Good grief. Right, that's going to be a bit of a task. For now, I can say frames and shielded canisters and let them just crack on. Storage, I'm going to go for shielded Xelion, no. Shielded canister. Now I don't even know how much that is, by the way. I've got that amount and that amount. They should just produce that. Cables. Cabling. And also, these guys can head over to where there's some more stuff to mine. So I'm jumping the Foundry over because it's going to go to Tillium. No. It's going to go over here because there's loads of precious and metallic minerals over here. So we'll get it to do its thing. Yes. That's sending over there. Right. I need to get the... Let's see. The gas collector. The Procedurally cruiser, actually. And the Temptress over to the new sector. Yes, I do. So, sector map. Let's go with... no, you just have to go through the Stargate, don't you? So let me see. FTL. Procedurally cruiser and the Temptress. Prepare the jump. This is preparing the jump through the Stargate. And I'm jumping both because why not? Here we go. And if we jump back over to the power pack, it's doing its job. There you go. Everything's all good. 700 megawatts. I don't know if it's based on the amount of ships you've got going, but it is what it is. So these guys are going over. The battery's low on the Temptress. Doesn't really matter because it's just heading over. Is it actually collecting as well? Oh yeah, it's probably collecting loads of stable isotopes. Yeah, actually I should have moved the gas collector over too, to be fair. Yeah, I should have moved the gas collector over as well. Okay. Because I need more... Oh, sorry. Let's do the tutorial bit first. Sector scans search for areas of interest in the sector around the system your ship is located in. The scan will stop after it is completed. Only one ship in a sector can do a sector... the system can do a sector scan. Click on the button to begin the scan. Okay, hovering the mouse over the current system will reveal the radius around the system that is being scanned and the scan's progress towards finding new points of interest. Ah, there you go. So it's scanning around that area. Ah, okay. Click next to speed up the survey. The next step is to perform a local survey. Surveys will allow points of interest to be accessed via FTL. Ships need to have supercomputers installed and must be in the same sector as to participate in the survey. Darn it. So I'm going to have to go back. All right. That is install a supercomputer on your ships. Resume afterwards. So I'm going to have to go back and get a supercomputer. Okay. So, FTL, once again. What am I going to jump? Well, I might as well jump the Procedurally cruiser is not really the thing that I wanted to do this on. So I'm going to jump the Temptress because it's got the hyperspace sensor, so it can do it. So I'll jump that back first. Jump through the Stargate. This is good to test, actually. Stargate... it is 700 megawatts, so it's the same amount. And we're back. Okay. So, this also probably requires... Do I want more fuel on this thing? More... What is this powered by? Oh, it is two reactors, I was going to say. Let's go with another reactor. And also, what is it? A supercomputer. I don't know how many. And I don't know if you require a reactor. Where can I put another reactor? I'll just put it near the middle here. I'm gonna have to keep it away from the fuel pipes though. I'll put it there because then I can route the fuel pipes around the back. And put a supercomputer there. Like that. Cables, pipes, no pipes, so I can go across. Cables are all in. So I want to jump this back, don't I? I don't know if you need a scientist to do this. I don't know. Let me go back to the Foundry, by the way, because... Let's go with forward cannons, metallic minerals. There we go. Back to the... Where is it? Well, actually, it would be the Temptress. I'm going to sell all these stable isotopes, actually. Sell. Stable isotopes. I don't know if we need them, actually. But we're jumping enough to warrant doing this. Making a bit of money. And FTL, gas collector, and the Temptress is going to prepare the jump. Jump to the Stargate. There we go, that's both ships. Like so. Areas of interest will expire sometime after they're not surveyed. Multiple ships can contribute towards the local survey. Click on the point of interest. Okay, now click next to speed up the survey. Done. Next. Oh, there you go. So it shows the supercomputer. Yes. A new system on the sector map has appeared for your fleet to explore. Well done, you've now learned how to use sector surveying to find and explore new systems. Keep an eye out for special loot on surveyed derelict ships that can be researched by your science stations. Oh, okay. Right. This now has a different vibe because we've got our Foundry, which is doing research, and this is all of our ships, by the way. Not all three of them, should I say. Oh, look at all this. We've got Nubidium ores, Tillium ores, more Tillium ore, some more miners, copper minerals. Oh, look at all that. Excellent. Okay. Let's go with... I mean, most of this doesn't really matter. Okay, so we got all this. So then can I do a sector scan? Yes, so it's the Temptress scanning from here. All right. Yeah, it means that actually, if I was to redo a ship, I would have a ship specifically now for sector scanning and research. So a science vessel, your exploratory vessel, a ship that is probably lightly armoured, might have some defences. It would probably have, well, it would have very good reactors, very good manoeuvrability and engines to get away from things. Probably some point defence, as I mentioned. Supercomputers and other research things to jump it around and scan and things like that. Because there's no way I'll be able to have the AGE Foundry come in here and mine. Although, I guess there's no reason why I can't. But we'll see. And look, there's some more new areas. So you can now just scan that. Oh, loads of them. Loads of areas. Right, okay. Well, we're going to leave it there for now. That has been a bit of the Last Starship. Yeah. It's going to take a while to locate these out and see what they are. But it means that there's lots of new materials to gather. Lots of things to mine. Okay. The mining's a bit of a nightmare coming back and forward. But it is what it is. Yeah. Right. We're going to have to crack on with some building, as I said. Oh my good grief! Look at all the shielded canisters. We need to get, like I say, if we need, the overall goal is the Stargate project. So Xelion energy cells and Nubidium capacitors, which I do need more isotopes, so should probably not have sold them all, but whatever. We're going to go with eyes on the prize first. Is Xelion energy cells, which is frames, and the shielded Xelion, which means I need to take the shielded canisters back and forward. So the question is, because these are going to be, where is it? Xelion energy cells. So the question is, do I have the gas come from the gas collector? Because I need to produce the shielded Xelion, which requires shielded canisters. Do I just use the gas collector as a gas collector? As in, I pick it up and I store it and then I pump it out to the Foundry. Is that even possible? Can you pump resources? Don't know. Don't know. I don't have a clue. Logistics. Docking port. Because, I mean, I would very much like to connect up and then basically send all of the gas from the gas collector into the Foundry, and then it can make everything. But as it stands, what I'm going to have to do is dock this up with the Foundry, send all of the canisters over here, fill them, and then send them back. It's not too much of a problem, but something we might have to do. Either way, we'll leave it there for now. Next episode, we will gather some gas. That's the main thing for this ship, which is going to be in here. We know that before. And obviously, we're going to obviously do some supercomputers over here as well and survey all this area. I might look at making a proper science ship, but that's another detour that we can probably ill afford timing-wise. Let's see how we get on. As always, let me know what you think in the comments. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care and generic partings.